right, Black and White Network supporters, we're going to talk about Howard Stern. That's right. The once radio shock jock, the once truly what was a brave, stunning, and courageous radio host that was a rebel without a cause, fighting back against the man who's now a rebel without a clue. We didn't ask you to join the Hollywood elitist faction, but you have done that. I don't believe that Howard Stern has exhibited any signs that would lead us to believe he ought to be terrified of something like COVID. We don't know that. You went woke as hell, you sold out all your fans, and now it seems that Howard wants to blame his fans because his fans no longer want to support him in the way they once did. Now, of course, as you can imagine, as with most of these world-class heavyweight turds, he hates Trump, right? Oh my goodness, I have to hate Trump. It's in the contracts, I guess. I don't know, but he's terrified of COVID. He locked himself in his house much longer than many other people did because he was scared to death of the Wuhan virus. Of course, a massive Fauci fan, I'm sure. And he has decided to scold his fans, to attack the very people, kind of like Maren Morris. I did that video on that country music tramp or pop culture tramp or pop star tramp or whatever she is. By the way, I didn't even really know who she was. But she said, I'm leaving racist country music. Okay, I mean, I don't know anybody that likes country music that is overtly racist, but peace. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. And Howard Stern, and we've done videos on Howard Stern, mainly due to his views on the Wuhan virus, but now he's attacking his fans. He's attacking the people, somebody like me that remembers Howard way back in the day, early 90s, USA Network, like midnight. Howard Stern came on. Robin was with him back then. And he, of course, was doing all kinds of content that was extremely bold and inventive, different, pushed the envelope, didn't care who he offended. Now he seems to care that he's going to offend everybody on the left because, as with a lot of these corporations, well, they've turned their back on their fans, the very people that built their brand, the very people that allowed Howard Stern to make so much money in radio. And we all remember he made Howard Stern was so big at one point. Does anybody remember the fact that this guy got this? He was like the trendsetter, the guy that was leading the charge and got that massive radio contract back in the day that dropped Jaws. He even had a movie, a motion picture, Private Parts. Does anybody remember that? But now, in standard operating procedure in the Democrat leftist playbook, he has decided that he needs to attack his fans because we don't appreciate his status quo now. We don't appreciate that we supported this guy and then he sold us all out. And that's what he did. Let's do this. This is Breitbart. Radio shock jock Howard Stern once again took to scolding his fans out of political frustration by adopting the, quote, woke label as a badge of pride. During a segment on Monday's episode of his Sirius XM show, Stern shared a clip from a fan who expressed love for his show while lamenting how the host has gone woke. Let's listen.
He does say, I'm a big Howard Stern fan, and I started, but how he goes, yeah, but Howard is woke now. I hear that a lot. Geez. That I'm not good anymore because I'm woke. My whole career I've been hearing.
Well, maybe Metamucil is woke. Stop eating it.
Yeah. By the way, I kind of take that as a compliment that I'm woke. I'll tell you how I feel about it.
Grabian,
to me, the opposite of woke is being asleep. And if woke means I can't get behind Trump, which is what I think it means,
Gravy,
or that I support
multimedia marketplace.
people who want to be transgender, or I'm for the vaccine, dude, call me woke as you fucking want. I'm not for stupidity. You know.
Really? You're not for stupidity? Are you sure? Because you sound really bleeping dumb right now. I mean, where's the independent thought? Where is the free thinker from back in the day? Now, let me put on these Democratic shackles. Let me hitch my wagon to Fauci and to Biden. Let me tie my wagon to that cause. Let me fall in line. The very guy that wouldn't fall in line is now leading the line. Stern then somehow tied wokeness, which usually means the implementation of a legalitarian principles by way of force, regardless of the consequences or righteousness, to the corona vaccine. Quote, I'm not for stupidity, you know. I ran out Friday morning. I was over at CVS. Thank you, CVS. I went over there at 9 a.m. Got myself that new COVID vaccine. God, effing science. This effing country is so great, Howard Stern said. I am woke, mother effer, and I love it. I want to be awake. I want to read legitimate news sources. Here's how woke I am. I believe the election was not rigged. Legitimate news sources? Is that MSNBC? Is that CBS? Is that ABC? Is that CNN? How about the weird fact, Howard, that so many supposed conspiracy theories that were brought forth by the rise of citizen journalism, or people just willing to get out there and tell the truth and want to dig and want to find facts and want to use actual facts and be objective? How about the fact that so much of that has been proven out to be true these days? I find that rather interesting, Howard. Stern previously scolded his fans for supporting Donald Trump. Stern's show has always largely resonated with working class men. Quote, the one thing Donald loves is celebrities. He loves the famous, Stern said in 2020. He loves it. He loves to be in the mix. There was a time, folks, when celebrities, they love Trump. Rappers, by the way, the rappers have come back around. But rappers love Trump. Sports stars love Trump. Any and everybody, the who's who, loved Trump. But my goodness, once he turned his back on the progressive left, they started a war. People like Stern have used their platform to launch attacks on Trump. Let's just be real here, right? A lot like Jimmy Kimmel. Wow, the guy that was on the Man Show at one time now uses his platform to attack the very people that supported him at one time. Adam Carolla didn't do that, and he's still very successful. Stern, who has also known Donald Trump for years and frequently featured him as a guest on his radio show, went on to say the president loves only celebrities and it is now suffering greatly from the hate that all of Hollywood has directed at him. When it comes to his supporters, according to Stern, Trump just downright loathes them. Quote, the oddity in all of this is the people Trump despises most love him the most, Stern said. The people who are voting for Trump, for the most part, he wouldn't even let them in his effing hotel. He's disgusted by them. Go to Mar-a-Lago and see if there's any people who look like you. I'm talking about you and the audience. While Stern understands why Trump ran for office, he ultimately believed him to be an incompetent president and blamed the president's supporters, many of whom are Stern's audience, for the mess we are in. I don't hate Donald. I hate you for voting for him, for not having intelligence. It seems baffling to me that somebody like Howard Stern can accuse anybody else of being unintelligent. Not only that, but when I think about a lot of the Trump supporters I know, and, you know, I'm not big on what used to be traditional formal education. I'm not big on it anymore because I know the indoctrination and I know the brainwashing that can come with a liberal university piece of paper. But the fact is, a lot of Trump supporters I know have bachelor's degrees and master's degrees and make a hell of a lot of money, and there's a lot of them that don't make a lot of money. It seems to me like he might be every man's president and woman's. Regardless of what walk of life, it seems to me like he's the only president that labeled the Ku Klux Klan a domestic terrorist organization. That was Trump, by the way. That wasn't Biden. That wasn't Obama, who's black. You know? There's been all kinds of narratives just made up about Trump over the years. And it's people like Howard Stern that have pushed these narratives out. And they turn their backs on their audience. They change their content to match let me fall in line. Let me become one of the sheep being herded to the slaughter. Let me run out. Let me tell you how brave, stunning, and courageous that I am by running to CVS to get the latest shot in my ass. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. These people have made fortunes off the back of people like me back in the day that used to listen to Stern. Now, I haven't listened to Stern in probably 20 years. But in the 90s, I liked Howard Stern. I did. But he's not even a remote resemblance of the great radio host he used to be. He's, how do I put this? He went from truly being sort of brave, stunning, and forefront running to being a sort of a vagina that now resembles a middle-aged woman, even has a middle-aged woman's haircut. It's kind of weird. You know, he's went on that talent show. What is it? America's Got Talent or one of those things. Become a host, rubbing the shoulders with all the celebs and the Hollywood guys. And boy, he's fell right in line. Right in line. And then blames his own. And look, he attacked his own radio audience here. Nah, Howard, to be honest with you, I don't know who you're talking to now in your radio show, but my theory is you don't have to worry. I don't imagine there's a lot of Trump supporters listening to you anymore at all. You know, and I bet I've heard your ratings aren't so good anymore. So you go ahead and stay woke. You go ahead and keep funding Big Pharma and keeping CVS in line by running down there at 9 a.m. I love how he got so specific about his latest booster. God, what are you on your 12th booster now? Probably next week I'll be doing another video on Howard Stern about how he's got the COVID virus all of a sudden. I mean, look, how many times have we seen that? I don't know. Interesting. Tell me what you think of Howard Stern, folks. Are you still listening to Howard? Are you still bathing in the healing light of his virtue signaling? Because I, for one, am not. Make sure you hit subscribe. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.